Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sport called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni Frozen Pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian. Taste what all the screamin' is about.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Celebrations Entertainment. Complete event services for weddings, corporate events, nonprofit events, outdoor movies, casino nights, and much more. Go to celebrationsentertainment.com to get started today. And they're celebrating down in Duval County.
Duval.
As they have hired former Packers linebacker coach Anthony Campanile as the new defensive coordinator for the Jaguars. Campanile spent 1 year with the Packers defense after being brought in with Jeff Hafley's new regime on that side of the ball and was seen as one of the top up-and-coming assistants around the league this offseason. Head over to ESPNWisconsin.com for more news, notes, and breakdown from Packers reporter Rob Domofsky. He was also on Willie and Tausch this morning. You can listen back to that appearance over on Wisconsin On Demand. Then the Milwaukee Bucks are back at it tonight after dropping their game against the Trailblazers on Wednesday. They tip off against the Spurs at 7 p.m. Central Time out on the road. Pre-game coverage will start at 6:30 right here on 100.5 ESPN. And then this weekend, Badgers basketball taking on USC out in LA. Pre-game coverage will be, game tips off at 1 p.m. And then Prep Mania, Boys Showcase, Arrowhead, Middleton at
Metro
4 p.m.
Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special. Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other.
I'm going to match your energy, and if you're going to bring false titles, I'll bring false titles.
They're not false. Your 6 are real. My 4 are real.
But they're old as hell.
Amen.
Because I'm here for whatever. Do they still give out Oreos at dry cleaners?
What?
Huh? Is that not a thing?
Wait, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Your family never told you don't take candy from strangers.
I wasn't going in alone. I was 4. I don't know. I don't know why this is a big deal.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside America's favorite Alex Gravatt. Here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are live in the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. Alex G. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush a Coors Light.
Alex G. Jim Rutledge. Primetime Wollersheim with you, along with Christy Birdsall in the Everlight Solar Studio. You can watch us on the ESPN Madison YouTube feed. And I'm going to say this to every one of you, including the entire office. Y'all jerks. I got my hair cut today. I think it looks nice. When my hair gets long enough, it is noticeable. It's not like when my wife gets her hair cut and it's like, oh, I had like 2 or 3 inches taken off and she's got hair well past her shoulders. Like I'm supposed to notice that.
That's more than 4 times the amount of hair you got cut off.
Yes, but that's not a remarkable amount of hair. Like if you lost an inch of hair, it'd be like, okay.
I had a haircut during lunch one day, not too long ago. I had wet hair when I walked back in. Yeah. And it took 45 minutes for anyone to ask anything. And like my hair was dripping wet. Like my shirt had a ring of just wetness around. I have very long hair, in case you don't know.
Prime gives off Ben Johnson. Like I didn't know Ben Johnson for the Bears, his new head coach, had hair until he did his press conference. I think Ryan has hair. He does have hair.
Thank you very much.
Put it back on you. I'm giving really Jim Carrey.
What are you talking about?
Dumb and Dumber vibes.
Why do you think I wear the hat every day?
Thank God your tooth isn't chipped, because otherwise you're straight up Lloyd.
I wouldn't even say Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber. Right? Remember what was it? The movie Stripes. Who's the one who's Francis?
Oh, John Candy.
No,
Francis. Yeah,
Francis.
Yeah. Lighten up,
Francis.
Yeah, you are giving off Francis vibes there.
But remember, Prime, you got a haircut a week ago?
No,
Matt,
2 weeks
always
ago.
Wearing a hat.
2 weeks ago, and I caught it on the way into the office.
So you caught what on the way?
Yours.
Into the office?
I talked about it immediately.
Yes, you did. Thank you. But the thing is that G, when I see you walking around with wet hair and a wet shirt, I'm just like, oh, that's just Alex G just living life.
Maybe he went, like, very hard.
Yeah,
God knows what the hell he did.
I worked very hard not to come into the office looking like a complete wreck.
Work harder. All right.
What are you trying to say?
Brian, do you do something with your hair when you go out?
When I go out, yeah.
Like, is this the look? I'm asking. I'm genuinely curious because I don't think I've do you have a Facebook? Are you on Facebook?
A Facebook?
Do you have a Facebook page?
Jim, it's 2025.
Instagram?
I have an Instagram.
Are we Instagram friends?
Good question.
Because I'm saying I've never seen a photo of Ryan Wollersheim out in the wild.
Out in the wild. I mean, yeah, probably because I'll be honest. When I go out, I don't take a lot of photos. I'm trying to be a little, incognito. Don't want people to know where I've been.
For your night job, your nighttime job.
Yeah.
No, when I go out, like if I'm planning to go out for a given night, I will definitely do something
Where's
with my hair.
this hair? I like this hair.
What
Your
photo
face,
you just?
His Facebook photo.
Your Facebook profile picture, you have a full-blown pompadour.
That's a long time ago.
You can still do it. I'm saying as a guy, and look, I've actually at 44, I'm fine with my hair. When I was younger, my hair I had the bald spot and it was not as great. You have take advantage of your hair, young man. Do something.
I'll be
with
honest.
it.
I like to keep it kind of short though. I like when I actually, like you said, when I'm going out, I have like hair gel. I'm styling it up. It looks very different.
Ryan, I'm going to ask you. You're going to have to put yourself on blast. That photo of Ryan's hair, I need you to put that on the stream because that is actually really good hair.
It's a great photo. I mean, luscious hair.
That was during 6 months into COVID, where it was like you can't go out and get a haircut, and I was letting that thing grow.
And
it looks good.
It does look
all right,
good.
So yeah, you give dazzling details, and then Ryan, you have access to your own photos.
This is a full-blown mugshot.
On
Did
the
you
ESPN Madison YouTube page?
Did you have your family set this up for a professional photo shoot?
That was, like I said, that was when I was a junior in college. I had my buddy take that photo of me up against the wall on our balcony because I needed to put together a LinkedIn profile.
That's amazing.
That's what it was for.
Wow. That's awesome.
Oh, man. So we'll get that photo of primetime Wollersheim. But we referenced it in passing there, G. We're going to get into Milwaukee, just blatant plagiarism from Jim, Matt, and Molly. But before that, you did the polar plunge today.
Yeah, last night it was kind of being discussed. I was trying to decide if I was going to join my girlfriend.
I should say you did not do a polar plunge. You and your girlfriend and friends decided to go in the water.
Yes.
Because it's not like for a cause.
No, right. It wasn't for a cause. It wasn't an event. But I have a friend who goes on a run every morning, and I think every other morning or something like that. There's stairs by the Yahara River, and he just runs down those stairs into the water, dunks, and comes back out. Now, I didn't want to have disgusting hair, so I didn't go all the way in, but I went up to the neckline, and it was cold, man.
The waistline is the line. Like, if you go past the waistline, that's the line. Like, go swimming with your kids or whatever, you're like, all right, I guess we're just going to have to dive in. So,
deep breath.
If you're doing the polar plunge past the waistline, good for you. It counts. You don't have to put your head underwater. But I will say I want no part of that.
Have you ever done one?
No. I would consider it for a cause. I wouldn't just do it. Because right now, honestly, what you described is that a bunch of crazy people decided to go in the water this morning.
Yeah, I think that's 100% right. But, I don't know. Why not get this experience? You're a fan of the cryo, I know.
Yes,
and so
Carbon Health,
it's relatively similar, I'd imagine.
So cryotherapy, and I can tell you about Carbon Health. I need to get over there. I have to do it on Monday because I played basketball the last couple of days in a row. But I need some of the recovery over at Carbon Health, whether it's a red light or cryotherapy. But cryotherapy, it doesn't lower your core temp. And so when you're done, when that's over, the 90 seconds, you are instantly back to, you're not cold, you're not freezing. So it is, there is none of that residual cold. You can take a shower 60 seconds later.
Okay, and see, I was in, and that was the other thing. We had to then
go to
drive back.
CarbonHealth.com to see about red light therapy and cryotherapy.
I will look into that because I also had a pretty good workout last night. I played some indoor Frisbee stuff with my friends, getting ready for the first Radicals practice, which is this Saturday from, I want to say 7 p.m. until midnight. Beautiful time.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where it's like, okay, maybe this will make me feel better. But my toes hurt for an hour afterwards. They were just so cold. But, I had a bunch of fun, and I think I will be doing it again.
And I don't mind, we go up north. If the weather is warm outside, some of the lakes up there are really cold, especially actually where we go up north every year, go up to the cabin. You'd think it'd be warmer by the time to go up there in August, but the sun is not, like, days aren't as warm, so the water's still it's cold when you go in it. But I enjoy jumping into that cold water. It's not to the level you had today, but I do enjoy that cold water experience. But I want it to be where when I'm out, I have warmth.
Have you ever gone to and jumped in Lake Superior?
No, I know Lake Superior is.
It's
cold.
Just always freezing
Yes.
cold. I mean, the Edmund Fitzgerald, man.
Lake Michigan as a kid, like when I grew up in the Cedarburg area, we'd go to Port Washington, go to the beach over there. Lake Michigan's icy.
It's
No
cold.
matter what. No matter the time of year, it could be July 4th, it's going to be cold.
It is really cold, which is wild that, like, Sheboygan County is the surfing capital of the Midwest. Like, what are we doing, people? That's wild. That's lunacy.
Calling anything the surfing capital of the Midwest is lunacy.
At the Milwaukee airport, I think they call this the mid coast. Like, you've got the East Coast, the West Coast, and the Middle Coast, and they're big on that.
Whatever you want. Yeah, that's fine. So. And then this morning, I was playing basketball, and it took me a second to figure out what was happening because it was 5 a.m. But one of the guys I play basketball with, Carl, came up to me and said, I'm from Plymouth, Wisconsin, and nobody's ever given me a loose Oreo cookie at the dry cleaner. And that's how my day started, because yesterday, Alex, why don't you reshare your story real quick?
So if you missed it yesterday, Evan Cohen joined, and I don't know how it came up, but somehow we were talking about the dry cleaner, and I asked if people still get Oreos at the dry cleaner, because in Plymouth, Wisconsin, the small town that I'm from, when you go to this certain dry cleaner, which no longer exists, it is now a meat market, by the way, so it must have met food safety regulations. I feel better about myself. Anyway, it's right across from this eye clinic and all this stuff. The guy had Oreos. And when I would come in, I would get an Oreo. I think they were mint Oreos now that I'm really remembering it, but I could be a little wrong on that. Anyway,
that was just the
chemicals
from the dry cleaner.
That might be true.
There's no such thing as blueberry Oreos.
And so I would go in with my mom as a kid, and I would get an Oreo from the jar, the Oreo jar, because they had that so that families would want to come in and bring their kids with. Now, Carl, it sounds like you might be a little bit older than me, and this may have been a short-lived dry cleaner. But yeah, I would get Oreos at the dry cleaner. It was fantastic.
So we have a first Saturday Unlimited poll question. We'll throw this one up at Jim, Matt, and Molly. Would you rather do a polar plunge or eat a loose Oreo?
Do they still give out Oreos at dry cleaners?
What?
Is that not a thing?
That's never a thing.
No. Again, that's exactly it. Great work, Prime Time. You also put that in the show open already. That was a really good turnaround considering we had an hour and a half long meeting today. So I'm proud of you, man.
Oh, I was planning to do that as soon as it happened. When that happened on the show in the moment, I was like, that's tomorrow's open. That was the most compelling piece of content we had yesterday.
Again, 844-770-3776. That's the Carbless Talk and Text line. List is more. Our first Saturday Unlimited poll question at Jim, Matt, and Molly. Would you rather eat a loose Oreo or do a polar plunge? And Ryan, I also noticed, do you have your photo ready to pop up here?
We're getting there.
Okay, so we started the show talking about all these jerks that didn't notice my haircut, and then we found out that Ryan had some pretty spectacular hair. The one you clicked on there, that one's okay. It's the Facebook photo that is really spectacular.
The Facebook one's the one you want.
That's the one I like, because that hair
there.
is glorious. JJ and Poinette chimes in. I generally wet wade when fishing for trout or smallmouth anytime the air temp's above 65. Trout streams stay cold all year long. That doesn't make any sense. On sings soprano for 30. Oh, he sings soprano for 30 seconds once he gets waist deep. There we go. But and then he also says Lake Superior is a run in and run back out 20-second event.
It's so wild.
In August.
My old roommate has a yurt. His family owns a yurt up there, and so we would go jumping off of this cliff into the water. It is so clear. It's so beautiful. It is so cold, and it just stays cold. And like, there's some level of fun to it, but also like, it has to be a warm day. Otherwise, it is just borderline unbearable.
And a yurt is, how would you describe that?
It is a permanent tent, I would say.
It says a portable, lightweight, round structure where the roof is held up under a combination of tension and compression with no major center supports needed.
Okay, I have not seen many yurts that are frequently moved. For the most part, they are like standing structures. They're large. you can fit, the one that my friends or my old roommates family has, there is a little kitchen area and then this big bed space
just think of
and a toilet.
If you're at home, just picture like a big top tent but smaller. Like it's kind of that kind of gives off that kind of vibes when you look at it. So in theory, those are movable, but probably not moving them.
The same vibe as my hair back in the day.
Yeah.
There's the hair from Primetime Willersham. How many? He's got what? 3-4 inches off top of his headgear, like
at
we see
least.
this, like
so
it's basically like you got Primetime Willersham. It's like the prime that meets your parents, and then it's prime on the weekends.
Oh yeah, the eyes behind that look pretty like there was some good
Madison
times
YouTube
happening.
Page.
Yeah, there's some bags under those eyes.
It's the prime you take home to mom, and then it's the prime you call daddy or something like that.
Like, whoa!
Like this is what prime's got two different looks going on here.
Daddy P.
Okay.
Daddy P makes me uncomfortable. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Okay,
that makes
fair.
me uncomfortable too.
What?
Well, we call.
Is
that not a thing? We all call Hunter Hunt Daddy.
I have
I don't know
never
if
called him that in
I don't
my
know.
life.
I don't know if Hunter's comfortable with that. If I'm being honest,
All
I've
right.
heard that he's not, but he accepts it. But yes, that was my hair back in the day. I think my brother is compared. So if you're on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream or watching us on Twitter, you can see my LinkedIn photo and my Facebook photo, which I took on the balcony at my apartment during COVID, and the other one I took when I first got hired here at GKB. So the one on the right, which is, as you were saying, the Call Me Daddy photo, apparently.
Yes. Wow.
That is a photo that my brother, I think it's like Johnny Bravo back in the day, the cartoon, if you're familiar. Any youngsters listening to the show right now? G's nodding his head.
Yeah.
Jim looks lost.
So honestly, well, go ahead.
So yeah, Johnny Bravo is the comparison. For anyone wondering on the radio, that's the best dazzling detail I can give you.
Listen, my dude, I love you. The biceps aren't there. Johnny
No.
Bravo was arm day for years.
I'm not saying Johnny Bravo like all around, but the hair.
The pompadour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a brunette or brown-haired version of Johnny Bravo.
So what I actually, and we can maybe do a cross compare. I'll have you do this during the breaks. I have two requests. If you Google Jimmy Ray, there's a musical artist. His song is Jimmy Ray as well, but his hair is similar to yours, and his build is similar to yours. So I think you honestly give off a Jimmy Ray vibe, like a one-hit wonder from the 90s, like the Morgan Wallen of the 90s. All right, this is Jim, Matt, Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Brian here from Canopy Wealth Management. At Canopy, we create strategies that are tailored to your needs and goals. We've invested heavily in client-friendly software so your assets and plan progress are available to view in one place at any time. Whether you prefer only the high-level information or enjoy the intricate details of the planning process, we've got you covered. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
The number 7 just got a whole lot luckier because of Pizza Hut's $7 Deal Lovers menu. Enjoy all your Pizza Hut favorites from pizza, pasta, boneless wings, melts, cheese sticks, desserts, and so much more. All for $7 each when you buy 2 or more. With this lucky deal, you don't have to choose between great taste and great value. You can have both at Pizza Hut. Order on the app or online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At MadisonWeightLoss.com, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally, and safely with no drugs or injections, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, or exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can lose weight quickly and keep the weight off for good with an easy-to-follow maintenance plan that includes ongoing personal support. And our program costs half as much and works up to twice as fast than most other programs. Go to MadisonWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation now.
Hi, it's Jesse Nelson. I was able to drop 40 pounds thanks to Madison Weight Loss. It's the only program I've ever experienced to actually achieve my weight loss goals. Check out MadisonWeightLoss.com to schedule a free consultation and see how the program can help you.
Many clients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. Schedule your free consultation now at MadisonWeightLoss.com. That's MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Something amazing is happening here. Scientists are using AI to study how whales talk to each other. CDW experts can give researchers the power to process complex data with HP workstations, advanced by AMD Ryzen Threadripper Pro processors. With easier handling of AI workloads, your organization can bring powerful insights to the surface. Make amazing happen. HP, AMD, and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/HPAMD.
Outside In. That's what we call our Outdoor Living Unlimited showroom at 2018 South Stoughton Road. All the cool stuff you want outside in your yard displayed inside. Patios, decks, pavers, and an automated pergola, fire pit, outdoor kitchen, a putting green, and in-ground pool. Even a converting 3-season room that's either outside or inside. We are Outdoor Living Unlimited. Your outdoor living potential awaits you at our Outside In showroom, 2018 South Stoughton Road. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Just announced 0.99% APR for 60 months on select new 2024 Audis. Eligible models include the Q4 e-trons, Q4 e-tron Sportbacks, and the Q8 e-trons. No down payment required. Monthly payments equal $1,667 per thousand finance. All offers require qualified credit through Audi Financial Services. Offer ends February 3rd, 2025. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com and see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
This song gets you moving. This is a one-hit wonder.
Is this a good song?
No.
Okay.
This song is like the what's like the lowest form of candy you can think of, like a sweet tart or something, or like the Candy Hearts things for Valentine's Day.
Candy Hearts is the one. That's the one.
Yeah, this song gets you moving.
Sure.
And like this, honestly, now I'll tell you this right now in the Rutledge house, this will get added to the girls' play mix. They'll get a kick out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. It stands the test of time. It doesn't sound old.
No, and it's just, I mean, it's horrible. Like if you read the lyrics, it'd be like, but. It gets you moving.
It sounds like the opening of like a really mediocre like comedy in the 90s.
Afternoon radio show.
Or afternoon radio show, yeah.
Possibly.
He's Primetime Wollersheim. Did you get the photos ready? Do we have those we can share up on the ESPN Madison YouTube page?
I do also have the image of one Jimmy Ray compared to myself.
So there's a Jimmy Ray vibe.
I believe one on the left is circa 2005. The one on the right circa 2021.
Yeah. Now Jimmy's hair is a little bit. There's more product.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not speaking in third person, shiny. By the way. Yes.
Jimmy, not Jimmy Ray Rutledge.
Right, yes. Well, it was funny. There used to, like, when I worked in restaurants, like, the Jimmy Ray was like, we just kind of do a fun little nickname. Also, Earthworm Jim. We'd have some fun with that.
That was you?
We'd have some, when it was a popular cartoon, Earthworm Jim. So people would be like,
what?
Oh.
Yeah, so it'd be like, oh, Earthworm Jim. Like, have some fun with it.
Ryan, you don't know what Earthworm Jim is?
I know there's a giant earthworm in SpongeBob sometimes.
I don't know Earthworm Jim. Chrissy, that's a big no from Chrissy. She also doesn't know who Earthworm Jim.
It's not cult classic, because I don't know if it's a classic, but it had its little. There's people that.
Which
like
channel was it on?
Oh my gosh, this is just like an absolute unit of a human body with a tiny little worm head.
Yep, me.
Wow.
Carbon World, hell.
Like me. If you want a absolute unit of a body with a tiny little worm, no. Go to Carbon World Health. This is the Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light.
Amen.
Alex G, Jim Rutledge, Chrissy Birdsall.
Amen.
In the Everlight Solar studio. Derek Engler chiming in as well. All right, so we did ask the question. And we'll check the first signing limited poll question. You can chime in 844-770-3776 on the Carb List Talk and Text line. List is more. I mean, I had Ryan doing a lot during the commercial break, so it's not posted
not
yet.
there yet, yeah.
So
Jimmy Ray was taking up my time.
Yeah, that's fine. I asked you to do a lot during the break, but we did ask, would you rather do a polar plunge, which Alex G did this morning?
Sorta. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the easiest way to
Water
describe it.
temperature's 34 degrees according to Google.
Or eat a loose Oreo.
So wait, should we throw that in the poll too? Polar plunge without any philanthropic reasoning?
That's a lot of words.
That is.
Yeah, if you don't want to do polar plunge, just
which would you do for
go
fun?
in the lake this morning. What would you rather do today? Go in the lake or eat a loose Oreo? What kind of weekend do you want to have?
Hey, one of those will get you going, and the other one.
Like it depends on who's giving you the Oreo. Like Ryan, our psychedelic advisor, if he gave you a loose Oreo,
oh yeah.
I mean, I'd probably stay home the rest of the night. But like, okay, that's a good Oreo.
Just found it in a backpack. Here you go, man.
That one's definitely
Where's the
mint-flavored.
worst? Where's the worst place someone could pull a loose Oreo from? 844-770-3776. Like a pocket. Like I got this Oreo.
Napoleon Dynamite's tots.
Yeah. You want? I could just see like on the table, like here, one of the office tables. That's not that bad.
Okay, if you saw an Oreo that's just sitting on Holly sales person Holly, just Oreos on her desk, are you gonna grab one? Like no paper towel, no
just
holder.
An Oreo on the desk.
She's gone. It's 5:00. Done for the day.
I'm probably not eating the Oreo.
I'm eating the Oreo. I'm kind of sad, but like I like Oreos and chocolate in general a lot.
Look, you're talking to a guy who, so my oldest is homesick today, and she doesn't necessarily know I don't have the best eating habits. So she's just like, I had like some yogurt for breakfast, but I played ball this morning. I was tired, and I was waiting.
Protein?
I was working from home until I got my hair cut, which is in town there. And I was like, all right, I don't care. I want these Oreos. So I grabbed like 4 Oreos and some milk and sat down at the computer and was working this morning eating milk. I was like, what are you doing?
What time was this?
9 a.m. But I was like, I like Oreos.
Oh, yeah.
I want an Oreo. And honestly, I feel like eating an Oreo at 9 a.m. is better than eating an Oreo at night because you got all day to burn it off.
Oh, see, and like which is weird because I think of it as a candy, and so it's too early in the morning to have a candy.
That's the initial
but
thought.
I had a donut after going.
Oh, God, that's
right.
worse,
Like
yeah.
I went polar plunging and then went straight to get a donut.
And I love donuts, but good Lord, donuts, to pretend a donut is just not a cake for breakfast. Like, just own it. It's like we
It's
talked about
deep
before
fried cake.
It's like we talked about with like the song Jimmy Ray or Johnny Ray. I don't know what the name of the song is, Jimmy Ray or Johnny Ray, or Morgan Wallen songs. It's just acknowledge it's candy. If this is the case, it's cake. It's cake for breakfast. It's
100%.
delicious cake, and you just own it. Like, that's the thing that always bothers me. People are like, oh, donut for breakfast. If you know what you're eating for breakfast, then what's the problem? Like, you know what you're doing. Like, it's your choice. If that's what you want to do, fine.
Right, because a polar plunge might get you, like, I was awake, I was alert, that was, my system was in shock, and I just shocked it right back into catharsis with the donut. Like, my body was just regulated that fast.
There you go. TJ from the road says, worst place to eat a loose Oreo has to be, like, on a bus terminal.
Oh, gosh, yeah, no.
That's up there.
Yeah.
You're winning. I mean, like, we're bathroom
I would say,
floor.
having just, traveled, like, an airport. Everything in an airport is you feel like you gotta burn your clothes when you get home. 844-770-3776. Worst place to eat a loose Oreo from.
So you said that you had the Oreos with a glass of milk.
Yeah.
Did you drink the milk
afterwards? Yeah. Now a glass of milk, like I do the kids cups. I don't really drink milk much anymore. So we're probably talking 8 ounces of milk. I dip it and then I wash it down.
I don't know.
And this all probably also happens because I eat fat. Like this all happens within like 90 seconds because I can't, like, milk has to be the colder the better, and if it gets even close to warm, like room temperature, it's out.
I don't know when it happened. People love milk. It's just always been a thing, but like every one of my friends thinks it is lunacy, it is wild to just drink a glass of milk.
It is. That is insane. Yes. I will only drink milk adjacent to cookies or chocolate.
I think that's right. I was lactose intolerant until I hit puberty. Most people the other way around. I hit puberty and all of a sudden...
Is this common knowledge that puberty affected lactose intolerance? Are we just glossing over that?
I was going to say...
How many lactose intolerant people are in your life, Jim?
That's why I'm asking the question. Is this common knowledge? Because you said it like it's common knowledge. Like, am I missing out?
Well, I tell people...
I'm not saying you're right. I'm saying is this common knowledge? Because you said it. Well, it was the same offhanded way of like, do they still give out Oreos?
Yes, exactly.
Of course, puberty affects lactose intolerance. So I just wanted to know, Ryan... Did you know this fact that puberty affects lactose intolerance?
I did not know that was a scientific fact, according to Alex G. Chrissy Birdsall, who is our digital producer in the studio today. Were you aware of this?
Yes, I was.
Oh.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like that's common knowledge. Like the older you get, I took AP Bio, like not to brag here.
Nice,
but
all right.
Not to say I'm better than you guys, but I did learn this in school.
She's from the East Coast.
Don't let this guy. You think you're better than me?
Yeah.
That's basically prime right now.
Go drink some water.
What? Water. She also said coffee earlier. I don't know if you caught that. She's like, well, I was having some coffee and it had 140 milligrams of caffeine. I'm just one person, which is an aggressive amount.
JB from the V, I don't necessarily fully disagree with his take on it. Milk is not meant for human consumption. We're the only species that drinks another animal's milk. It's disgusting. It is incredibly savage. Like, every once in a while, you take a step back. When both my daughters are born, and it's like they can't have animal milk at least until they're a year. And you're like, that's weird. Like, you are literally then, providing sustenance for your child, taking it from another animal.
Yeah.
It is. Like, I would understand someone that says, I don't want to drink milk more than I understand, like, the not wanting to eat meat.
It's really,
the
it's
milk one is
uncomfortable.
the one that's like, that is incredibly savage. Like, we need to eat. We don't have to have milk. Like, we could get by. Like, you could find.
I have never. The last time I drank a glass of milk, I was probably in first grade.
Yeah, drinking like a glass straight up. I like it adjacent to Oreo cookies specifically, or other sort of chocolate things. I don't do it all the time, but every once in a while, I'll be like, you know what? A little bit of milk with the chocolate goes fine.
Fantastic
Matt Hamilton
ingredient.
has shared before. He drinks. He
just hooks up to the udder.
That's like, also, please, I'm going to say it was now more than ever. I mean this seriously with the bird flu. Do not drink unpasteurized milk. Please, for the love of God. Because you can catch the bird flu from unpasteurized milk. So this is just please don't do it. Like, as a human interest for our fans, don't do it.
I'm a nut.
We have an intern named Vince who's watching through the glass window right now. He asked me earlier, he's like, so do you plan out these conversations beforehand? Like, how do you do? And I'm like, it's all just kind of off the cuff. And this is sports radio. Don't drink pasteurized milk, and milk is weird to drink. Let's have Oreos at 9 a.m.
JJ and Poinette, I'm just reading it. Take it for what you will. Puberty affecting lactose intolerance is not actually all that common. Usually people are or they are not, and it's a slight change. The one uniformly true lactose intolerance change is pregnancy. Every woman becomes at least somewhat lactose intolerant the first time she's pregnant because the body sequesters lactose for breast milk.
Huh.
Again, I'm just saying it.
Well, maybe we'll call
things.
Molly. We'll hear a little bit more about her, her experience with milk.
Hey, Molly, I've only just texted you for the last couple months, but I got to make a quick call here. After producing breast milk, are you lactose intolerant?
I gotta dump this whole segment.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. Look, if you want to get out of the doghouse, which maybe we need to get out of as radio hosts, go to Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. That's where they are Madison's custom jeweler. They are Madison's family jeweler. Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. They are your custom jeweler choice. Molly's game, coincidentally, coming up next.
Hey, this is Matt's Chicago Doppelganger. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Love is in the air at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. This February, play to your heart's content in the Love It or Leave It $300,000 game show. Thursday night, you could love your prize or leave it for another. For a chance to cuddle up to thousands in cash and prizes, just play using your rewards card. Get ready to love it or leave it. Only at Potawatomi. Learn more at PaysBig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Looking for the most popular answer. What's the worst thing about Wisconsin winters? Gina Della from Pella.
Finding a sitter when snow closes school. Yay! It's the time of the year when we just want to be all warm and snuggly at home. And Pella helps make your home as beautiful on the outside as it is comfortable on the inside. With inviting doors to let friends and family in and beautiful energy-efficient windows to keep the cold out. Celebrate the new year with 0% interest for up to 3 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply.
Look, we all know that as we age, our bodies change. But Carbon World Health can help. They have a process of testosterone replacement therapy that includes a diagnostic exam and blood tests to assess your hormone levels to make sure that they are optimal for you, not optimal for your age. Carbon World Health can help you increase your energy, focus, and overall health with their approach to hormone therapy. It's all about quality of life for you. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Mark Tosher here for Kohler Services. If you've been putting off your bath or shower remodel, now is the time to turn to Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and no payment financing until 2026. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
When I see the connection, though I see, I don't stare. Though I see, I don't stare. When I'm lost in my reflection.
Yep, we're still on the air. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. No Molly Brown. She's going to be joining. Did she send a video? Is she a part of Molly's game, Primetime Warshine?
She's not doing video. We're just doing the old audio betting lines that she sends in for us.
Gotcha.
So I'll play the
G,
audio of Molly Brown's voice.
Jim Rutledge, Chrissy Birdsall in the Everlight Solar Studio. Primetime Warshine behind the glass. We are presented by Coors Light. Mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
Absolutely. I got the power. And you can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube page. And let's play Molly's game.
Hi. I am looking for Molly. I've been searching everywhere and I can't seem to find Molly.
This is Molly's Game, hosted by America's favorite bookie, Molly Brown.
Yes, and as you said, Jim, we do not have Molly Brown here to answer our questions about when you become lactose intolerant as a new mother, but we do have Molly's voice here.
What
to
an
help.
If.
Oh, it's a scientific fact. All right,
I mean,
good
for
point.
the record, my wife is not lactose intolerant, so whatever that matters.
She's just a savage, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
She could just be powering through.
She also doesn't drink milk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so then how do you know she's not lactose
She has
intolerant?
yogurt.
Okay, fair enough.
Ice cream.
Yep, that all counts. All right, fair points. Fair
Cheese.
points. Yep, there's a lot of dairy in the world. All right, well, we got some Molly Brown.
I can't
We got some Molly Brown in our world, too. She's going to give us some betting lines to pick from some games this weekend. We have no NFL. I guess the Pro Bowl games are an option. I have not listened to these yet, so it's going to be a surprise to all of us. Let's see what the first betting line that Molly Brown wants us to pick this weekend is.
Football is basically over because who cares about the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles? Am I right, Jim?
Chiefs win.
Just kidding. I will be giving you some betting lines for the Super Bowl next week, but this week we're going to focus on the Milwaukee Bucks as they take on the San Antonio Spurs tonight at 7 o'clock. It looks like Damian Lillard is day-to-day and may not play in tonight's game, but if he plays, we're going to assume that he plays. I want to know over under 35 points, rebounds, and assists for Damian Lillard.
G, why don't you start us off there? Over under 35.5 points, rebounds, assists.
I'm going to go over because I think they're going to lean a little more heavily on him. Giannis is going to be in a battle over there. So he'll get a lot of points, and he's going to be the one to kind of run everything should he be active. Now, of course, if he's, battling through and gets fewer minutes, then it might not be. But if he's a full go, I expect him to be a full go, and I'd bet the over.
Jim?
I don't see the injury report stuff here. I was trying to find it. I'm going to go under because it is just a regular season game. So if he is working through much of anything, they're probably just going to err on the side of playing him less at a bare minimum.
I'm very curious if Molly just didn't check the injury report and she's like, you know what, why don't I just cover all my bases in case Dame doesn't play? I'm going to add that qualifier
That's still a
in here.
big number. And Wemby is such an eraser that I just don't know if anyone's having that kind of game. Like if Dame gets I mean, Wemby, I honestly feel like he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year for the rest of his career.
Just 100 blocks a season.
I mean, it is insane. It's
Okay.
like watching like a 6'7", 19-year-old play against like 12-year-olds.
So there was an update. So Eric Name this morning at 10:30 a.m. did put out that Damian Lillard has left groin soreness and is probable for tonight's game. So that could be something, could be nothing.
Groin soreness.
I mean, you talked about that little worm. Jim.
Fun night, dude.
Anyway,
good for him.
It's San Antonio. You know what they do down there. I will go over.
I don't.
I will go over.
Is that the city you're going to go to if you go visit Texas? You're like, I'm going to San Antonio.
If you're going for like historical sightseeing purposes, that would be the place to go.
Good on you, man.
That'd be cool. I think, honestly, there's a lot of cities in Texas I think would be cool to visit.
Austin.
Other than Galveston.
Do we remember Charles Barkley?
That's why I brought it up.
On San Antonio women.
Oh, we do. We've said enough things that might get us dumped or in trouble, Jim. We don't need to go down that line there. So why don't we hear the next line from Molly Brown in today's Molly's game?
Next up, how many three-pointers do you think Victor Wembanyama will have against the Milwaukee Bucks? Note, he's been averaging 2.3 three-pointers per game.
All right, so I guess she's asking for a precise pick here. 2.3 three-pointers per game. So why don't we just do over-under 2.5 threes for Wemby?
I'll go definitely over because there's just a lot of size and strength inside, like up in the paint, kind of where it's harder to get in there. And I don't know if he's going to be able to fight through it. He's huge. He's big. He's not that strong. He's a great defensive presence, but he'll have opportunities to take shots from outside, and I think that's going to be the game plan against him.
Okay, Jim, what are you thinking?
I'm going to go under. I just think 2.5 tells me that's a guy that more often than not goes under I'm sorry, you said 2 3-pointers per game?
So Molly said he makes 2.3 3-pointers per game.
So that to me tells me that that's a guy who's closer to that 2 and every once in a while has the big night. So I'm going to assume he won't have the big night. I honestly, it'd probably be a push, but I feel good going under.
This is I don't know. This is tough. I'll go under as well, just for the heck of it. Last game that he played against the Bucks, the first game against Giannis for Wemby, I believe he only had like 10 points. I mean, that tends to be what happens when it's like a big's first time going up against Giannis. Same thing happened to Zion the first time he played him. But I don't know. Maybe it's in San Antonio. Who knows? But I'll just take the under because 3-point shooting is a little bit of a crapshoot anyways. All right, final one here from Molly Brown, guys.
And last one here, guys. Over under 234.5 total points in tonight's game.
I know that I went with Dame over and Wemby over, but I'm going to go under. I think that it's going to be a tough one. Like you said, Wemby didn't have that many points last time they played. He only had 10. You're right. He had 27 in the first matchup. Both games he made 2 3-pointers, but He did attempt a lot in both games. So I think it'll be a little bit harder, tougher going. So go under.
Okay.
I'll
Jim?
go with the over just to mix it up a little bit. I don't have a strong opinion. It's obviously very much guessing. I haven't seen a ton of San Antonio this year, like actual games, but obviously I know they're a talented group. But this just has to feel like a wild Friday night kind of game. Just put up some points, have a good time, drink some unpasteurized milk.
It's San Antonio.
Crazy.
What else do you do down there?
Dip
except
a
have
loose
good time?
Oreo in there.
Yeah, of course. I will go under as well, actually. Once again, I think it could be a Bucks game that they just control and dominate to start to finish. And if that's the case, I see a wide margin, and unless the Bucks are scoring like 130, I don't see it getting that close. So I think the points will go under.
All right.
We agreed on one.
We did.
That Molly's game?
That was Molly's game.
All
now,
right.
Here comes the lactose intolerant portion of the show. Now we should get some betting lines on how many cows that Matt Hamilton has been uttering recently.
Uttering?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What are you talking about?
It's a YouTube-only segment. Watch out for it, guys.
Okay. Wow. All right. Digital content with Pablo.
Are we talking about Matt Hamilton going straight to the source?
Exactly.
The teat?
Yes.
For the unpasteurized
What do you think
milk?
he went up to Duluth for? It's just a bunch of cows. He's not curling.
That's his fuel.
I'm willing to bet there are more cows
Gatorade
here.
or Powerade. It's just Matt Hamilton wanders.
That's
like the curling. It wouldn't blow my mind that the curling rink in Duluth is near a farm.
Or that they just have milk.
wanders out the back door.
They might just have milk at the curling rink.
T2 ice rink.
There's cows upstairs, and you like have to reach up and just grab one.
No, it's just like they come down and they're on taps. And you
If
just
you're watching on the ESPN Madison YouTube page, you can see some pretty interesting hand gestures from the two fellows there.
I get made fun of for the way I brush my teeth for that reason, and I don't like it.
Can you show us?
No, I'm not doing it. But
right.
Is there a good way to brush your teeth? It's a crude gesture.
I have an electric toothbrush. This is
All
Jim
right.
Molly presented by Coors Light.
Molly Brown here for Potawatomi. Hey, all you sports bettors, if you aren't making your wagers at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you're missing out on an elite experience. The state-of-the-art venue has dozens of self-service betting kiosks, seating for over 200 people, a first-class bar and restaurant, VIP deck, and a broadcast booth, which we're big fans of. In a major move for all sports bettors out there, you can now use your Potawatomi rewards card at most self-service kiosks and the betting counter. If that isn't enough for you, there's a giant video wall that's over 2,000 square feet. And if you're short on time, they have free 20-minute reserve structure parking. Bet on your favorite sports and earn rewards points along the way. Now that's a winning play. Bet above the rest. Learn more at paysbig.com/sportsbook.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand. Rah! Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank, with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. Former Badger linebackers Zach Bond and Leo Chanel will be in the big game in the Big Easy. No matter who comes out as the victor, Barry Alvarez calls this a win for the Wisconsin program.
I love when you have Wisconsin players out on the field representing us and playing in the big time like that. That's impressive, and it's an added interest for me, and I'm sure for a lot of fans. When you have a Badger right in the mix, it even makes it more interesting.
The Great Dane Huddle with Barry Alvarez, streaming Monday nights at 6 on ESPN Madison's YouTube channel.
Pella can make your home as beautiful on the outside as it is comfortable on the inside. Celebrate the new year with 0% interest for up to 3 years at PellaWI.com.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Just announced 0.99% APR for 60 months on select new 2024 Audis. Eligible models include the Q4 e-trons, Q4 e-tron Sportbacks, and the Q8 e-trons. No down payment required. Monthly payments equal $1,667 per thousand financed. All offers require qualified credit through Audi Financial Services. Offer ends February 3rd, 2025. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com and see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
The 2025 Wisconsin football schedule is here, and you should be too. Season tickets are on sale now, so don't miss your chance to jump around at Camp Randall Stadium this fall. Last year, 6 of 7 home games were sellouts, proof that there's nothing like game day with the Badgers. Secure your spot for marquee matchups against Ohio State, Washington, and Iowa, and enjoy the best value to see Wisconsin football in action. For more information and to get your season tickets, visit UWBadgers.com or call 1-800-GO-BADGERS.
Football season. Best time of the year and my favorite time of the year. This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. On game days, my favorite teammate is a cold carbless in my hand. Premium cocktails in a can made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. Maybe it's when I'm at the tailgate ahead of kickoff or getting ready at home for the game. Carbless is there. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and gluten-free. Carbless features classic cocktails like margarita, Paloma, and even Moscow Mule, and vodka cocktail flavors like cranberry, lemon, and peach. Find it on your next grocery trip. Carbless. Less is more.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
It is Phish Friday on Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. Alex G, Jim Rutledge with you in the Everlight Solar Studio. Primetime Warshine behind the glass. Chris Birdsall with us as well.
He's only excited about one of us, in case you couldn't tell.
Primetime Warshine's just fun to say.
That's true.
Yeah, that's all. I'll bring it in higher energy for you two next.
Thank you. Thank you.
You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube page. You can chime in on the Carbless Talk and text line with our first Siding Unlimited poll question, which we asked the question, would you rather jump in Lake Monona today or eat a loose Oreo? It is 50-50 right now. So,
well, I haven't voted yet.
All right, well, get after it. And speaking of the Siding Unlimited poll question and just getting into the show with the Carbless Talk and text line, this is more. Yesterday, we did a little bit on this, and then, Prime, can you help share the background of the blatant plagiarism? That we basically, it was on our show, so we're taking credit for it. Our show basically provided content for all of ESPN Milwaukee this morning.
All
today.
of ESPN Wisconsin.
All of ESPN Wisconsin.
Yeah, pretty much.
Today. And we had the poll question from Evan Cohen, but it was on our show, so it's ours. Which member of the team's big three is the best at their job? And it was Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur, or Goody. 49.3% of you voted for Goody. 42% of you voted for LaFleur, and less than 9% of you voted for Jordan Love, which sounds about right to me.
Can you run through those numbers one more time?
8.7 Jordan Love, 42 Matt LaFleur, 49.3 Goody.
So I'll compare that to the poll that ESPN Milwaukee stole from us and posted today, because that's just okay around here, I guess.
What?
Huh?
Did they cite their sources?
No, they didn't. I had to reply in the comments to get them to cite their sources on their Twitter poll. That was not our Citing Unlimited poll question, but their poll results had Jordan Love at 8%.
Okay.
Matt LaFleur is at 28%, and then Goody is 64%.
A lot more love for Goody.
Yeah.
Wow.
In Milwaukee, I guess.
I mean, listen, first and foremost, I come from a camp. My family, they hate Brian Gutekunst. I mean, they just do not like him. It has been a long-standing tradition of Green Bay Packers excellence that he's done a great job continuing, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think that, like, he's a standout in, he's good. He's really good. All three of them are really good. Jordan Love, I think, maybe not the best, but what is it that he does that Matt LaFleur, like, his best thing, in my opinion, is bringing in Matt LaFleur?
I'm going to go Goody. And it's honestly just, it goes with more of he's going to be the last one fired. And he has to build a whole roster. And Coach LaFleur, honestly, all three of them maybe have hit their ceiling. Because I was going to say Coach LaFleur and Jordan Love, I feel like, are close to their ceiling. Now, when I say ceiling, I still think you can get better in the margins. Like, they are professionals. They want to strive to get better. But I don't think there's some massive jump forward coming from any one of these three. Like, the roster building that you get from Goody is what you're going to get all the time. He's a guy who is really good in that 2nd to 5th round range in drafting players.
Not bad.
He is honestly pretty abysmal, probably below average drafting first-round players. And then you have the ability for free agents. I would say he's league average at it because he's missed on some, he's hit on some. And also
he takes fewer shots.
Well, that's the other part of it. There's an opportunity cost there that if you are not taking shots, then you are also missing opportunities to improve your team to do better than you could have done. He's also made some, like Rasul Douglas, that was a bad trade. He punted on the team. He thought the team was done when he traded him. Like, that was a bad
I forgot
trade.
about that. That was about, and so here's some of the free agents he's brought in, right? Xavier McKinney, Josh Jacobs, we know they're both awesome.
Yep.
The Smith brothers. That was... Preston was good. Za'Darius had a huge flash in the pot, and then boiled out. It was ugly. It's a
yeah, but
culture.
For the pay, it was fine.
Right. I mean, whatever.
They're out of it.
Adrian Amos, pretty good. And then what's his next best? The ones that I found online: Rick Wagner, Billy Turner, Jaron Reed, Sammy Watkins, Jimmy Graham. Like,
Jimmy Graham was really bad because that also
it was $10 million a year,
and it wasn't directly correlated. But remember, they moved off of Jordy Nelson to bring in Jimmy Graham
because they offered Jordy exclusively a league minimum. Right?
Yep.
There's that letting Aaron Jones go. I know that I understand the X's and O's of the dollar
Micah
signs. Micah Hyde, well, that was before him, wasn't it?
Was it before him?
Because he just retired.
Before.
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
That was
Micah
like
Hyde
after
was
the
fantastic.
2017 season, I believe.
Okay.
And he went on to have an awesome career in Buffalo.
He did.
And then you look at the draft picks, and it's like, I think his best pick is Elgton Jenkins, which is a great pick. Number 2, you're looking at maybe Zach Tom in the 4th. You got Edgerrin Cooper, who could be.
You're saying Jair wasn't a good draft pick at all?
Well, if you guys are willing to move off, if we're all so hell-bent on moving off of him and the money we've put into him,
he was a 2-time All-Pro.
He's awesome. I agree. I'm saying, I was kind of judging off of what the vibes I was getting from you guys because you're both so done with him.
I think the Packers are done with him. I'm not saying I'm done with him. I think
No,
that relationship is done.
I'm done with him where he's currently at, but the draft pick was a good pick.
Yes.
The contract has not proven out to be a good contract.
Very true. Okay, so we'll put him at 2. Elgton Jenkins probably still 1. I mean, because he's a grinder. He's doing his thing.
As a high 2nd-round pick, and he's fringe top 10 in his position.
Right.
Annual Pro Bowler. He's pretty damn good.
Right. And that first draft pick with Jair, he also Goody traded down and then got a first-round pick for the following year. So that was a really, really, really good move. But then it's Jaden Reed, Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, Evan Williams is probably one of the best ones. Rasheed Walker in the 7th. There's not a lot that I feel I look at and I'm like, he really nailed this. Plus you have the Devontae stuff, you have the Aaron Rodgers stuff. There's just a lot of talent and feeling like wasted opportunity to go all in ever. Like Jordan Love going all in to get the guy for the future, and you were real close. Really, really, really close to being a Super Bowl team that year. And it doesn't feel like he ever made a move to be a Super Bowl champion.
Look, this is the best of your options. LaFleur has coached a team that had an MVP twice that failed to reach expectations based on their seeding / quarterback play. Jordan Love it's only 2 years, but he plateaued. He basically remained static from year 1 to year 2. Maybe that was injury. Maybe it's the league figuring him out a little bit.
Probably.
It's all these things together. It's all still above average. Like, Jordan Love is good. Matt LaFleur is good. Goody is, I think, good. None of them might be great. And at this point, there's not a lot of evidence to say that at some point they're just going to unlock and be great.
Yeah, you need to have
great,
something
like
come
it's
through.
Sustained excellence.
Sustained excellence.
Could you
yes.
have a year? Yeah, absolutely. But like great, where you are doing what they were doing with Aaron Rodgers, where they're constant in at least NFC Championship games. I don't know if that's on the table.
Man, and see that's difficult because
the
Jordan
NFC North is way tougher too.
The NFC North
under
is
Aaron
much
Rodgers.
tougher than it ever was with Aaron Rodgers. That is very true. But Matt LaFleur's made the NFC Championship twice.
Right, with Aaron Rodgers. And so maybe that was Aaron.
Half of the NFC Championships that Aaron Rodgers, I guess he went to 5 because he had the one win. So almost half of them were with Matt LaFleur. So, there's a level of belief that it could be either one of them. That Matt LaFleur is maybe in part to blame for that, championship appearance.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Do you want to have more fun watching the NFL playoffs? Try playing Sleeper Picks. Just download the Sleeper app today and pick more or less on at least 2 players' projected stats. You can win up to 100 times your cash. For a limited time, Sleeper has a special offer. New users have to just play $5 and they'll receive $55 in free entries. Just download the Sleeper app today and use code BRAD, B-R-A-D. Must be 18 years or older. Promo code, location, and other restrictions apply. Minimum deposit $25. See terms of use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-426-2537 for help.
This is Monte Ball.
Monte steps to the right, dashes, reaches, touchdown.
You listen to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon and happy Friday, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center Update brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. And it was a win for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Duval.
As they hired former Packers linebacker and run game coordinator coach as their new defensive coordinator yesterday, that being broken by Tom Pelissero of NFL Network. Well, Packers currently have a few open head coaching or coaching assistant positions, after filling the defensive line and quarterback coach positions yesterday. Head over to ESPNWisconsin.com for more news, notes, and updates from Packers reporter Rob Domofsky. Stay up to go on all things green and gold this offseason. And then speaking of green, growing stronger, the Milwaukee Bucks hoping to get back in their winning ways as they take on the Spurs tonight down in San Antonio. It's a 7 p.m. tip-off right here on 100.5 ESPN, so pregame coverage starts at 6:30. Shooting guard Damian Lillard currently listed as probable with left groin soreness leading into tonight's game. And then the Badgers can take on USC tomorrow, 1 p.m. tip-off.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special. Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other.
I'm going to match your energy, and if you're going to bring false titles, I'll bring false titles.
That is absolutely ridiculous. Amen.
Because I'm here for whatever.
It's kind of a roller coaster. Sports is a roller coaster.
Matt, let me ask you a question. Matt, let me ask you a question. Wait, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Your family never told you don't take candy from strangers.
I wasn't going in alone. I was 4. I don't know. I don't know why this is a big deal.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside America's favorite Alex Gravatt. Here's Jim Rutledge.
It is hour number 2 of Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. Alex G. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
He is Alex G. Is that better?
Yeah.
I am Jim Rutledge. Primetime Waller shining behind the glass. And Chrissy Birdsall was here in the Everlight Solar Studio.
Just got up and walked away.
I don't blame her. I blame Ryan for that.
Okay.
I told her to leave.
We had a starting limited poll question yesterday that I wanted to circle back on as well. Who does a better job of hiring assistant coaches, Dan Campbell with the Lions or Matt LaFleur with the Packers? Dan Campbell ran away with that at 76.2%, to LaFleur at 24%. We will see how he, I guess a linebackers coach isn't necessarily an assistant, because that's going to be given to Hafley. I would assume the right thing to do with Jeff Hafley should be allowed to replace their linebackers coach who just went down to Jacksonville to be the D coordinator.
Yeah, sure. And I think that the two will work closely together, probably with Goody. I mean, the whole squad will be in on trying to figure out exactly what needs to happen in that space. And it does worry me a little bit because Edgerrin Cooper was making such huge strides that, you hope that it's Edgerrin Cooper and not the Jacksonville defensive coordinator, but never know.
Packer fans are getting really excited about the defense. And so I want to ask this question. We can post this at ESPN Madison. Another Siding Unlimited poll question. You can chime in 844-770-3776. It's a Carlos talking text line. List is more. Do you think the Packers will be known more as a defensive team or an offensive team over the next 3 years?
Offense. They're going to be judged by their offense for sure. I mean,
no, I didn't say judged by. I said they're going to be known for.
Because of the history of Green Bay, the last 30 years, people are going to, and the shoes that Jordan Love has to.
We'll switch it up. What are they going to be better at?
What are they going to be better at? You hope it's offense.
Do you?
What, Matt? If it's not, Matt LaFleur is struggling.
Right, but what does that matter? You haven't won with a offense that's been, at times elite. You haven't had an elite offense the last 2 years, but like under Rodgers, you had an elite offense.
Right. Well,
you had a good offense
3
the last
years.
2 years. Yeah.
Last 3 years, because his last year was not good either. If at a certain point, if the Packers are a middling offense for a couple years, especially if the defense gets better, you have to look at either Matt LaFleur or Jordan Love and say what's going on. They also could use some more help, I think, across the board.
Yeah, and defense needs it as well. And I ask it because, all right, the outliers of the Mahomes sort of thing is there. But Philadelphia, they added 3 key players to their defense, and then Jalen Carter obviously blew up as well. So Philadelphia is known as much for their defense as their offense. It's Saquon Barkley and then Philadelphia's defense. Like, that's why they're there. Jalen Hurts is obviously, he's not a game manager, but he is running the offense efficiently.
And the tush push. It's a huge part of it, yeah.
So, and then you look at the Chiefs, their defense is really good.
Absolutely.
And you look at some of the other top teams out there. The Lions, now their defense failed them, but they were also oft injured. The 49ers, I would say, even back to Jimmy G days, like the defense was the dominance there. So you can be a team that gets to the Super Bowl with a dominant defense and above that. Like, again, the offense isn't going to be bad. I'm not talking about like, hey, are you going to be the Bears that played the Colts in the Super Bowl where the offense was abysmal, or the Ravens with Trent Dilfer where the offense was abysmal. No, I'm talking about like, hey, the offense is good, but the defense is truly the calling card. Like, what will the Packers' calling card be, offense or defense?
It won't be offense, or it won't be defense, because if it becomes defense, it's going to be a one-and-done situation where Jeff Hafley goes and becomes a head coach somewhere else.
I think
that's a for sure situation.
That's a great way to look at it, because you talk to any team that has a defensive-minded coach. Well, and again, you look at Detroit right now, there's going to be consternation. I think Detroit's going to do a good job replacing their coaches. I think they have. It's all on paper, but having David Shaw and the guy from Denver who coached with Dan Campbell before, like I think, and then they kept the rest of the offensive staff in place. Like they had a good chance to do it. But yes, when you are a non-offensive minded head coach and you lose your OC, like that is an immediate concern. It's one of the biggest things that works against some of those coaches.
The other thing is, if the Packers go out and have an awesome defensive season and a really subpar offensive season, does Jeff Hafley become the Packers head coach?
That almost never happens.
I know that it feels weird, but
I mean, like, even if they fired LaFleur, the D coordinator, the head coach, it's just not really you usually kind of clean the whole thing up.
Yeah, but it would feel like a wasted opportunity, especially if the Packers become a defense first.
Like, I'm trying to think, they would have to be like, what's their win loss? I mean, they'd have to be like 5 wins next year.
That's fair
to move off of LaFleur.
That's fair.
And if the defense was that good, to go to Hafley, but. Ryan or G, I can't think of a time where a head coach has taken over the team where they were the coordinator at before. I'm not saying it's never. Yeah, but that was the
Well,
interim,
he was
the interim thing.
But then he got the job after.
True. So I don't mean an interim thing. I mean like
So LaFleur being fired in the offseason because they fell short in the postseason, and then being replaced by a guy on the staff.
Yeah.
I
know people floated that with Buffalo, like, oh, just fire McDermott and put Joe Brady as head coach. I'm saying that's not going to happen.
Is it just me, or do I take a lot? Like, if Jeff Hafley goes and he's the head coach for whatever, the Tennessee Titans or something like that, I'm going to root for them. I did not feel an ounce of interest in rooting for Hackett at all as he moved on and did his own thing. I was just like, whatever. I don't really. Good for them. It was side news. Jeff Hafley, kind of interesting. If he does, I'm rooting for him.
Were you asking just for coordinators who took over as the coach?
Yeah,
or like an assistant could be as well.
Even an assistant. I'm trying to think of
Patriots last year, Gerard Mayo.
But that was written in. I guess that was
okay. Fair,
and they regret it writing that in.
I'm not saying it was a good move, but you're asking where that scenario.
But I mean,
that's the only one.
But this is the scenario. But this one is LaFleur's fired. So I'm trying to think of this specific scenario. It's a good example.
Belichick was fired.
Okay, but however you want to look at that one, he didn't necessarily. It just seems incredibly rare.
It's rare. You're 100% right. But I thought of it and I wanted to.
No, it's a good one. It's a good one. Because it also points out that obviously I don't know why the Patriots wrote that into the Gerard Mayos. I think they expected maybe 3 or 4 more years out of Belichick.
Robert Kraft thought he was really smart. I think he thought he had groomed like a perfect sort of coach in waiting.
And I think Jared Mayo has every opportunity to be a good head coach in the future.
Maybe.
I mean, it's just. I mean, Belichick's the guy who failed miserably in Cleveland and then worked in New England. So
I'm really curious to see how he does in North Carolina.
I actually saw a story this afternoon that apparently North Carolina's basketball game this weekend, and to help get the students riled up, Belichick's going to be bringing pizzas to all the fraternities around Chapel Hill.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. College Belichick is going to be fun.
Okay, I'm actually interested. Like, that's a good move for him.
What if it's just like the movie Old School, which was shot at UW-Madison's campus? Belichick just like as Rodney Dangerfield in Chapel Hill. That might be what it ends up being.
Wait, what movie did you reference?
Not Old School.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know what you're talking about.
Will Ferrell, the other one.
Because you said Rodney Dangerfield, Back to School.
Back to School.
Yes, and I was running all that through my brain, and then you said Rodney Dangerfield, and now he was not in Old School. Back to School is a good movie, good poll. But yes, so do you know the?
I have not seen it.
So
no.
Back to School is Rodney Dangerfield. I'm trying to remember. Was he like a business owner who decided to go back to school with his son because his son thought less of him because he didn't graduate college? So I
just remember he went back to school with his son. That's all I remember.
I think it was because I think he was highly successful and his son didn't respect him, so he decided to go back to school. And it's like a guy in his 50s in college.
Oh, he's got crazy eyes.
Rodney Dangerfield?
Yeah.
Rodney Dangerfield is underrated funny.
All right.
Especially if you don't know who he is.
I gotta go and give that a look, because also I'm really excited to see movies where like Wisconsin things are highlighted. I loved that 70s show just because it had Wisconsin ties to it.
844-770-3776. And in honor of Green and Gold, the movie coming out today, we had the director on yesterday. You can chime in 844-770-3776 on the Carlos Talk and text line. List is more. What movies were filmed in Wisconsin? Just chime in. Like, you can just tell us. We know some of them. But JB from the V chimes in with the double Lindy, which is a reference to the movie Back to School. But what movies were shot in Wisconsin? Public Enemy is a big one up in Columbus. That was the Johnny Depp Bonnie and Clyde movie.
I know it was in Oshkosh as well.
It was in Oshkosh too?
Yeah.
Yep.
The one that... So when I tell people I'm from Wisconsin, I'm from Sheboygan County, Plymouth, Wisconsin, right? And I oftentimes go with Sheboygan because it's a little bit more pull, the Plymouth, the cheese capital of the world. Thank you very much. And I tell people that I'm from, people specifically in my age range, I'm from the same town as Chicken Joe from the movie Surf's Up. Which
I don't understand any of those words.
Okay. Cool. But do you, Ryan, Primetime?
I remember Surf's. That's the Disney movie, right?
It's an animated film. I don't know if it's Disney or not.
Animated.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking of a different one.
Okay, it's penguins surfing.
Oh,
and there's a chicken. Yes. And most people remember that I talked to, but Chrissy gives me the horns up, surprisingly. Go Texas, I guess. Oh, hang loose. There it is. But my girlfriend thinks that I'm a crazy person for saying that, and it sounds like you're on her side, because she doesn't believe anybody knows that show or that movie. And so she says it's the people in Home Alone when they get out of the airport and they get on the bus, and they're like, we're going to Sheboygan, and they're playing the polka in the back. And that's what she uses to refer to the area of Wisconsin that I'm from.
All right, that's wild.
Wait, you don't refer to the area of Wisconsin you're from as the place where they give out Oreos at the dry cleaner?
I will now.
Yeah, I mean that's
the new one.
It's pretty iconic. Everyone knows it, obviously. Just as the guy Jim plays basketball with in the mornings.
Well, he didn't get it. Was he not getting his dry cleaning done at home when he was in college? Because that's probably around the time frame we're looking at.
Wouldn't be, honestly.
It's
there has
ridiculous.
to be other movies shot in Madison, I would think, or Milwaukee, right? I think Transformers was shot, like the third Transformers movie.
So I Googled this. Sadler Times with Happy Days, yep.
There you go.
There was one that is a giant misnomer because I remember seeing Great Outdoors and then watching the credits sometime, I don't know why, and realizing that none of Great Outdoors was shot in Wisconsin, even though the movie takes place in Wisconsin. So we're not asking for movies that take place in Wisconsin that are actually shot in Wisconsin. All that beautiful scenery was in California. Major League, obviously, at least Miller Park, not Miller Park, County Stadium was shot at in Wisconsin. Here's one I'm going to give you that I don't think anyone's going to get. It is The Last Kiss. Have you ever heard of that movie?
No.
It's a movie that I think you'd still enjoy. It stars Zach Braff and Rachel Bilson. It came out in 2006. It was filmed at the University of Wisconsin-Madison campus. Filmed at Union Terrace, Bascom Hill, State Street, on State Street at UW-Madison campus.
I have heard of this, yes. Never seen the movie. Never liked Zach Braff.
You don't like Zach Braff?
Not really.
Scrubs? You got Zach Braff hair in your.
That's very true, actually.
In your video, your photo from earlier.
Good callback. Yeah, Jimmy Ray and I.
Yes.
No, I think he was decent in Scrubs, but everything he's in other than that, he's just like.
Wait, what about Garden State?
I've never seen Garden State.
That's the one with Natalie Portman that he wrote, directed, and starred in.
Yeah, and I've heard it's super mediocre.
From who?
People who watch Garden State.
And who is that?
I can't remember who it was, I'll be honest. I don't know if I should trust their opinion either. I just remember somebody saying that once.
And you're just out on it.
Yeah, honestly.
Garden
Sometimes
State,
that's all it takes.
I would say, has a really good soundtrack.
Okay.
7.5 out of 10 on IMDb.
What do you remember from the soundtrack?
Let's see.
Oh, this is your specialty in movies too. I forgot.
Yeah, well, this is not, the movies. It's got a very soundtrack of the era.
2005.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. Let's see here the songs. I'm not going to run them all. You guys aren't going to know the songs. Let's see here. Don't Panic from Coldplay. I just don't think I'll ever get over you by Colin Hay. He's got a couple songs by Colin Hay. The Shins, New Slang. Carrying is Creepy by the Shins. So that's kind of the wheelhouse for those songs.
I like the little head nod dance you had going. You just big smile like, this is it.
The Only Living Boy in New York. So like the movie has this sort of kind of vibe to
This
it.
movie sounds very. This movie, the music based off the movie, sounds very self-loathing and very
It's not
elevator.
self-loathing.
It gives me like Duluth, Minnesota vibes, honestly. Like, you know, you got the pines. I think like almost
Garden State would
hippocampus.
be, I would imagine, New Jersey.
That it is.
Yeah. It's viewed as, for a soundtrack, it is viewed as one of those soundtracks that had put together a really good collection.
Nice. Okay.
So, whatever it's worth. Any other movies shot in Wisconsin? 844-770-3776.
Have we said Public Enemies yet?
Also, 920 chimes in. For its budget, Garden State was wildly successful. That's the first one I said.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, sorry. I didn't remember. I was too locked on to my Chicken Joe animated
That
film.
was all of 6 minutes ago.
6 whole minutes? You think I have a memory that long? That's crazy.
You remember the Oreos at the dry cleaner?
Yeah.
I think you have a pretty good memory, to be honest.
Oh, man.
Has anyone said back to school, Ryan?
I mean, I brought it back to school.
That's how the conversation started.
It did, yeah. I derailed us. I apologize, guys. We were having a good conversation, too.
Were we, though?
Yeah, I thought we were.
It was football-y. It was
very football-y.
Football.
It's a good question. It was a good question. Offense or defense?
You want to see a truly Wisconsin movie. If you guys heard of or seen the movie American Movie?
Maybe. It sounds vaguely
It has
familiar.
an 8 out of 10 on IMDb. It is, let me just pull it up. If you know on this one. I took a lot of documentary filmmaking classes and these sorts of things in college.
Oh,
cool.
But no, I'm just saying that's why I had to watch it. But it's really good. But it's also really bad. I don't know. So Here, American Movie is a 1999 American documentary film directed by Chris Smith and Sarah Prince. Filmed between September 1995 and August 1997, American Movie documents the making of Coven, an independent short horror film directed by Mark Borchardt. And basically, it is these Wisconsin guys. Here, Mark Borchardt of Menominee Falls dreams of being a professional filmmaker. Currently, however, he delivers newspapers for a living. Is deeply indebted, still lives with his parents, suffers from alcoholism, and is estranged from his ex-girlfriend, who is threatening to move out of state with their 3 children, due in part to his inability to pay child support. He acknowledges his various failures, but aspires to one day to make more out of his life. Then he tries to make a movie, and it's a documentary about his attempt to make a movie. It is wild. It's really good to watch. It's fascinating. The quotes would say funny and affectionate and immersively entertaining. I would recommend, I don't know where in God's green earth you can find the movie, but American Movie I would recommend. And that movie is shot in Menominee Falls in that area in Wisconsin.
94% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's a pretty good rating. What did Garden State have on Rotten Tomatoes?
I had a 7.5 on IMDb. I don't have Rotten Tomatoes.
He says.
The picture of mediocrity.
Was any of that Jeffrey Dahmer docu-series?
The show?
Yeah.
No way. That was definitely shot probably in like L.A. or in California.
I imagine.
Yeah.
It happened here.
Oh, I mean, a lot of the stuff that they do in movies happened here.
We're a weird place.
We are.
We're a weird place.
We are.
Yeah, isn't part of Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of attached to...
Isn't it Texas?
No, it's... what's this? It's the
Inspired
Ed Gein
by?
stuff. No, like the
idea behind
like it's
it.
a compilation, and so the skin things.
Inspired by Ed Gein, and he did all of his stuff in Wisconsin in the 50s. So.
There was a movie that Steve Martin was in. It was called Novocaine, filmed in Cedarburg, Wisconsin. It was also filmed in Chicago and Geneva, Illinois, but Novocaine is about a dentist who becomes a murder suspect after a patient steals drugs from his practice. But that was filmed in Cedarburg, Wisconsin.
Fascinating.
Yep, that one came out in 2001.
920 chimes in. For its budget, Garden State, wildly successsul.
Ryan, what are we doing right now?
It could be a mediocre movie, and maybe it did well for its budget.
No, I'm saying I literally read that text 90 seconds ago.
Oh, well. Yeah, G's not very... I don't know. We should just go to break. G needs a break.
And then JB from the V says, Bloodhook, best movie filmed in Wisco, up near Hayward.
Bloodhook.
Maybe I'll watch that before I go on vacation up there. All right, we got to get pole dancing next segment. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Hey, this is Matt's Chicago Doppelganger. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Gold medalist and ESPN Madison foodie here, Matt Hamilton. As a proud Wisconsinite, you know I support local, and it doesn't get more local than Metcalf's Market. They have an extensive selection of local and premium quality food, from meat and seafood to high quality produce, specialty cheeses, plus a great selection of beer, wine, and liquor. Metcalf's meats are cut and packed in-house, and Metcalf's is one of the only remaining grocery stores in the area that employs skilled and trained butchers. And exclusive in the state of Wisconsin to Metcalf's is certified Piedmontese beef. Head to one of their locations in Hilldale, near Westtown Mall, or in Wauwatosa. Metcalf's Market. Bring local home.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's my nature to be fearless.
Gruber Law Offices presents Thanalysis.
One day it's all gonna end. What am I scared of?
A podcast from Thanasis Antetokounmpo.
I've airball free throws. I've turned the ball over. I've missed game-winning shots.
Also supported by Carbless, premium ready-to-drink cocktails.
I don't care, man. I only live once. Can't go back.
And Potawatomi Casino Hotel in Milwaukee.
There's nothing for me to fear.
Subscribe on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
This is, I believe, Chrissy Birdsall's favorite song. You want to chime in on that one, Chrissy?
Yeah, so Alex G and I were having a conversation earlier when I came in, and I said this is objectively not that good of a song.
It's a good song.
It's not.
It has survived. It's 400 and some days on the top charts in the UK, which I know, or not days, weeks. Like, I know that's not like super relevant to us, but it is a testament to how long this song has been loved by so many people.
All right, so to be fair, primetime. What is primetime going?
He's just
I'm
trying
jamming out to the Killers, man.
Stir in the pot.
All right, I'm Jim Rutledge. He's Alex G. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Jim Rutledge. He's Alex G.
That's right.
She is Christy Birdsall. And primetime will shine behind the glass in the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. The Mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush Coors Light.
Before we get to pole dancing, one, I want to tell you about Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. If you're trying to think about something to do this week, you can go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. Winners go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Millions of dollars are won every single weekend at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. So there's nothing to wait for. Just go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. According to Google, their AI overview, I asked, is Mr. Brightside good? I got a drum roll. It says, yes, Mr. Brightside by the Killers is widely considered a great song. Now, I wanted to read this because we always wonder what makes a great song. Often praised for its catchy melody, relatable music about jealousy and enduring popularity, making it a classic anthem that remains relevant across generations. Many consider it one of the best songs of the 21st century.
I asked AI if Brian Gutekunst was a good GM, and it gave me these 5 things as the best things that he's done. Hiring Jeff Hafley, acquiring the Smith brothers. It just said Smith. Drafting Malik Heath, retaining Aaron Mosby, and evaluation of college film.
All right. What does that mean?
Exactly. AI has no idea, and I like that AI came to my defense, sort of, but also, I don't think we need to trust it.
You're asking a robot to give you the qualifications of a general manager in the NFL?
I just looked up best moves that the general manager, Brian Gutekunst, made, and those were the 5 best moves.
Would you rather trust Google AI there or the guy who told me Garden State wasn't a good movie? I trust the guy who told me Garden State wasn't a good movie. I don't even know if it was a guy.
Jim, I was going to say, Jim said that it was a good movie.
It wasn't.
Was. I like
No,
that.
I'm saying I said the guy who said it wasn't a good movie.
So there is a guy. Are you talking about yourself right now?
Maybe.
Okay. Do you think Brian Gutekunst is a good GM?
Yes.
All right. Then.
He's a good GM.
I trust that more than I trust AI.
I don't understand. I do not understand your hate for Goody.
I don't hate Goody. I just think that
You
Matt
discount
LaFleur
like
is
anything
better.
he does. It feels like you just
I'm
think he's
telling
like
you,
so mid.
I'm putting out here that there are a lot of things that he has bungled, and we shouldn't be running away telling him he's the best. When, if he were the best, I think the Packers would be in the Super Bowl.
Can I give you a sentence here to make you feel a little emo before we take a break? Get to Jason Wilde. So I Googled Morgan Wallen, and here's what it says. Although his success is often intertwined with controversy due to a past incident involving a racial slur, which significantly boosted his popularity despite negative connotations associated with it.
Disgusting. He's a bad guy.
I'm not. That's AI. I'm not saying people like it that, but like that is. I don't like that sentence.
I don't like that. The sentiment, the sentence, whatever.
Yeah. AI just. Not great. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At MadisonWeightLoss.com, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally, and safely with no drugs or injections, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, or exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can lose weight quickly and keep the weight off for good with an easy-to-follow maintenance plan that includes ongoing personal support. And our program costs half as much and works up to twice as fast than most other programs. Go to MadisonWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation now.
Hi, it's Jesse Nelson. I was able to drop 40 pounds thanks to Madison Weight Loss. It's the only program I've ever experienced to actually achieve my weight loss goals. Check out MadisonWeightLoss.com to schedule a free consultation and see how the program can help you.
Many clients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. Schedule your free consultation now at MadisonWeightLoss.com. That's MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Ordering pizza for game day can be a tough call to make. Do you get a pizza or are you craving some wings? At Pizza Hut, there's only one right answer. Get both. Introducing Pizza Hut's original stuffed crust and wings bundle. Get a large one-topping stuffed crust pizza and 16 boneless wings with 2 sauces for only $19.99. An unbeatable value that can feed the whole crew. Perfect for game days, family nights, or any gathering. Order on the app or online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly opened Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison wants you to start the year behind the wheel of a brand new ride in our Road to the Motherlode giveaway. On Friday, January 31st, there are lots of opportunities for you to strike gold. 3 winners will be chosen every half hour from 6 p.m. until 9:30, with each taking home a cash prize between $500 and $2,500. Then at 10 o'clock, one grand prize winner will receive our largest single prize ever, a $50,000 vehicle certificate. And it's only at...
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Jason, quick
You
question.
are one of one.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
Help me understand a little bit more clearly what you're asking.
Did you ever hear it called Don't Go Jason Waterfalls?
Is this Matt Hamilton?
So I kind of just thought of this question on the spot. So it needs to be workshopped a little. I'm not going to lie.
That's the same as Matt.
Jason Wilde is on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that?
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. I'm Jim Rutledge. He is Alex G. Christy Birdsall with me as well, and primetime Wollersheim. We are thrilled to be joined by Jason Wilde. And Jason, during the break, I just learned the artist, was it Sexy Red?
Sexy Red.
Sexy
Is
Red.
Yeah, whatever.
And I said, it reminds me of Lil' Kim back in the day. Jason, you're the only person who has any shot age-wise to have ever heard of Lil' Kim. Have you ever heard of Lil' Kim?
I have heard of Lil' Kim. I have not heard of, what is it, Red Fox?
Yep. Yep.
Wasn't he on Sanford and Son?
Yep. It is Red Panda, and you can see her at the Madison Zoo. No. It's my kid's favorite exhibit, the Red Panda at the Madison Zoo.
I'm a capybara guy.
A what?
Capybara?
Wait, isn't Red Panda the woman that rides a unicycle? And
Is that her too? Okay,
isn't
yeah,
that
Chrissy's nodding yes, so yeah. There's also an actual Red Panda at the Madison Zoo.
Yeah, I saw that. Very cute. Yes.
So we'll start with the poll question that Evan Cohen put on our show, and we're just claiming it was plagiarized from our show for all the other shows. He did call us shot because he said, "Ask this question, and every show we'll run with it." And I know that you made an appearance on your own show today, but I wanted to get your thoughts on our show about the question of which member of the Big Three is best at their job, Goody, LaFleur, or Jordan Love. I said it was Goody. Alex G, anti-Goody on this, and nobody thinks it's Jordan Love. But what was your answer out of those three? Who's best at their job?
Well, I did not join my program, which Paul always loves it when I do that. On theoretical days off.
I thought you did. Ryan said that the show calmed down when Jason joined. Oh, okay. Okay.
I did. I just didn't join when that question was
gotcha. Because I was getting bad information.
This is my first at bat with that question, so that's great.
Yeah.
And I am not the Goody fan, apologist, cheerleader that my cohort is. I don't hate him. I didn't love it when he lied to me, and I still think he was wrong about Jordy Nelson and Devontae Adams, but he and I get along great. We got a lot of history together. We got a good working relationship. I'm not drinking beer out of his garage beer fridge, and he's not drinking bubblers out of mine. But I would say that if you make me choose between the three, he's the one I'm picking.
Huh.
Now, that doesn't mean that there's not room for improvement, especially with his first-round track record. At least the third-round track record seems to have improved, although I don't know about the jury is obviously very much still out on Tyron Hopper, but I think Tucker Kraft has changed the mathematics there. So, look, I think Matt LaFleur is probably second, and if he can figure out how to marry the Josh Jacobs style of running game with a play-action pass game and something that'll help the quarterback be more productive in that and scheme guys wide open like there used to be in this offense, then I think he's got a chance to overtake the GM in this poll. But for right now, even if G doesn't like it, the correct answer is the GM.
Agreed.
Listen, I do hear it. I don't think that it's a runaway. There's a lot of things that have felt made me feel like there are things to improve on that you've mentioned, whether it's the first round draft picks, whether it's the signing his guys to these monster deals that feel completely unearned.
But all these guys have blemishes. His are just the least.
I hear that.
Yeah, I will say this. I'll say this, and Alex, you make a good point, because I do think, in fairness, and Kenny Clark was drafted by Ted Thompson, but he gave Kenny Clark the new contract in training camp. He could have he didn't have to do that, right? He gave the huge deal in October of 23 to Rashawn Gary. That has not been a good investment. And again, Jair, when you miss 10 games each of the last 2 seasons and you're on your way out the door after a 4-year, $84 million extension, those are all blemishes on his record. There's no doubt about that. So those are all fair criticisms, as is the fact that, Eric Stokes has not been a very good first-round pick so far. Lucas Van Ness has not been a very good first-round pick. So Darnell Savage was not a good first-round pick, and then he got the 5th-year option on top of it. So those are all things that are very fair. I just think when you comp him to LaFleur, who I didn't think he had a great year. This was not his best year as a coach. I think Matt LaFleur would agree with that. And I think Jordan Love, if you want to say he regressed, if you want to say he didn't progress nearly enough, if you want to say he flatlined, however you want to look at it, you were hoping for him to make a huge leap forward, and that did not happen. So I think, in fairness to you, Alex, I think I'm picking Goody almost by default.
And
out of the 3.
Agreed.
That's fair. My one last gripe, and I just want to hear your thoughts on this. If Jordan Love is the marquee number one thing that Brian Gutekunst has done and probably will do as the general manager of the Green Bay Packers, and he's clearly not in the conversation for these 3 people, then how can he possibly be number one?
Yeah, and number one with a $55 million a year contract.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I think we all, myself included, although not to the same degree as many others, saw what he did in the final 8 regular season games and in the playoff game against Dallas. And some people crowned him. I would say that I was maybe guilty of overestimating him. Also, it was not popular to try and pump the brakes, whether it be on air or on social media, on, hey, maybe we're getting a little ahead of ourselves on just how good this guy is. I kept using there were times when Bears fans were really excited about Mitch Trubisky. He's obviously far better than him.
Mm-hmm.
But because he didn't make the leap that you were expecting, or that the Packers were expecting, or let's be honest, Jordan was expecting, I think it's a fair critique to say that this is a pivotal off-season and 3rd year as a starter. Is he going to catapult himself into the top 5, top 6 conversation of quarterbacks? Is he going to be kind of a 6 to 12 guy? Like, what is he going to be? Because, and I don't think of it in terms of the contract, because I just think that's the cost of doing business now at that position. Like, Trevor Lawrence doesn't deserve that much money either. Tua doesn't deserve that much money either. We saw Jared Goff when the money was on the table. He didn't deserve it either, right? I think it's just what everybody's getting paid, and I can't wait to see what Brock Purdy gets. So I don't look at it from that perspective. I look at it from, we were looking at this guy and really talking about, Tausch saying he's going to be in the top 3 of the MVP balloting in 2024. That did not come anywhere close to happening. And I think next year he has to be talked about in that breath, or then you really start to wonder just how good is he. And he will have the opportunity to prove himself to be very good, pretty good, decent, or not good enough. And if he ends up being not good enough, that's when you start to think, now what? Because you've paid him, the expectations are there. This is such a pivotal year for him.
I agree, and I'm curious. I'm betting on, just with his age and time in this offense and the amount of starts he's had in college and in the pros, that he's going to get marginally better, and I don't know where that puts him. But we'll obviously have to wait and see. Maybe Sean Mannion can unlock something that Tom Clements couldn't. Speaking of assistants, Anthony Campanile, obviously he's going to Duval, whatever it was. Side note, Jason, Liam Cohen, how the Bears dodged that disaster. Like, that screams Chicago Bears move with the Duval and the whole thing and the negative riz and aura that he has. How they dodged that bullet is beyond me. But I'm counting my lucky stars that they dodged it. Campanile, what's the loss for the Packers? Obviously, when you got a guy being pulled in to be a defensive coordinator, he's highly thought of.
Yeah, and he was in the conversation in San Francisco before Saleh didn't get a head coaching job and wound up back there. He was in the conversation for Penn State, which, you might think, well, he's in the NFL now, but he spent 15 years in the college game before breaking into the NFL with the Dolphins in 2020. He comes from coaching royalty in New Jersey. His dad is a legendary high school coach. He and his three brothers are all coaches at different levels. Look, I am a fan. I thought he was going to be one of those cartoon character guys because of what I saw on Hard Knocks when he was with the Dolphins. But he's got a lot more substance than that. And what I like about him is that he's not just a screamer who drops a bunch of F-bombs. Like, he understands that different players need different styles of coaching. And you treat everybody fairly and equally, but you don't treat them the exact same way. And I think that's what makes a good coach. He's really smart. I think that this is a significant loss. Now, that doesn't mean that Sean Duggan, who kind of served as the de facto assistant linebackers coach, is a guy that was with Hafley at Ohio State in 19, was with Hafley at BC for the 4 years Hafley was there, including 1 year as the co-defensive coordinator for the Eagles. That doesn't mean that he can't step in and continue to help Edgerrin Cooper to develop. But remember, Isaiah McDuffie and Eric Wilson are both free agents. So there could be some changes in terms of who plays in their rotation. And is Tyron Hopper going to be able to make a jump and be ready to be a part-time player for them? Are they going to bring back Wilson, or are they saying at age 30, we don't want guys at that age on our team anymore, we'll find somebody else who's cheaper? So that is a position in flux, and I think if you look at what Anthony Campanile did, he got the best out of Quay Walker that anyone has, and he continued to bring Edgerrin Cooper along. We all saw his splash play ability, but what went down with Edgerrin Cooper as the season wore on were the knuckleheaded rookie mistakes. And I always bring this up because in the opener against Philly, he had a tackle for loss, and you were like, wow, right? This is the kid who barely played in training camp. This is impressive. And then a few plays later, he lines up in completely the wrong spot. There, you can see on the tape, like, Xavier McKinney and other guys screaming at him that he's in the wrong location. The Eagles snap the ball, and Saquon Barkley runs right through where he's supposed to be on his way to a touchdown. Like, you saw fewer of those types of plays with Edgerrin Cooper, and to me, while that's a credit to Edgerrin Cooper, it's also a credit to his position coach who got him to make fewer rookie mistakes. So not having him is a loss. It doesn't mean that they're going to forfeit their games or that Jeff Hafley's defense is going to tumble to the bottom of the rankings, but he was a valuable piece of their staff, and not having him does not make them better.
That was really good. I didn't know that about Hopper and the early mistakes that he made, and I don't really remember a whole lot of what he did throughout the year in terms of really stepping up. Before you go, I do have one random question for you, Jason. Have you ever done a polar plunge?
Well, I don't know how to swim, first of all. I mean, I know how to kind of tread water. When the girls were little, I took swimming lessons from their teacher after they would get done at the YWCA.
Huh.
And so I kind of know how to float, but I am not a strong swimmer, and I don't like being cold. So I think the polar plunge question just answered itself.
Yeah, resounding no, huh?
So I want to follow up on this because Alex G shared a story yesterday, Jason, that was troubling when Evan Cohen was on because he basically. Do we have the Ryan? I know you don't have any things back there. Do you actually have the audio, the little drop of what he said?
I do not. I'll have to take a minute to get
that's
there.
fine. That's fine. So basically,
He's got Duval though.
He does. He had it earlier. He had it earlier in the show, so I didn't know if he had it queued up in the hotkey. So Alex G, when we're talking to Evan Cohen, he out of the blue says, "Hey, do they still give out Oreos at dry cleaners?" And I said, "I've never heard of that, Jason." And so he followed up and said that in his small town of Plymouth, Wisconsin, the dry cleaner would give him a unwrapped Oreo
from a jar,
not that much better, in a toxic chemical-filled dry cleaner
I didn't
facility.
say that. His words.
That his mom was with him, but he would just be given a cookie and he would eat it. Now I said one, my wife would never, and I would agree with her, ever let one of my children eat an unwrapped Oreo, especially from a dry cleaner, her present or not. But do you have anything close to this encounter? Because apparently also in that same town, Alex G got fudgesicles from the restaurant in town on the second floor. So how Alex G is alive is beyond
It's not
me.
just me. That was everyone. Everyone got fudgesicles from Dino.
Well, and then the follow-up to that, Jason, is I was playing basketball this morning, and someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, I was listening to the show yesterday. I'm from Plymouth. I've never heard of anyone giving out Oreos at a dry cleaner." So if you had a choice, would you rather do a polar plunge, this is one of our poll questions, or eat a loose Oreo?
All right, so first of all, Paula grew up in Sheboygan, and I know there's some weird stuff that goes on in that Plymouth, Kohler, Sheboygan region.
Don't forget Falls. Sheboygan Falls, weird.
That said, no, but remember, too, like, once upon a time, now, again, Alex is young. We are both old.
Yes.
Like, there was a time where you would go to a bar, and there were, like, bowls of, like, loose, like, bar mix or beer nuts,
pretzels,
or
peanuts,
else.
yeah.
You just put your meat hook right in there and gobble it up.
Yeah.
And the girls, you're on speaker, so Paula and the girls are grossed out right now because they are total germaphobes. I, on the other hand, my parents were such hacks at parenting that, first of all, I never got to stay home from school no matter how sick I was.
Same.
Like,
Bad.
I could have vomited in the morning, and it was, you're still going to school today.
I have to fight that urge today, Jason. My daughter stayed home, and in my head, I still want to do my dad sort of like, you can go to school. And my wife's like, you didn't like it when you were a kid. She's staying home. So I was same upbringing there. Yes.
Yeah, and I overcorrected, like, again, and this is not a humble brag, a straight A student, and I actually tell the girls, it's okay if you get a B. I want you to get a B. So it's a whole different realm in our house now. But I have such and Paula says this, every time I do get sick, then I have to hear about it. But I have such a strong immune system because I was exposed to so many illnesses as a kid and cigarette smoke.
Oh man.
That I'm like blind here.
You cut out a little bit there. I think we lost you. Maybe that was I don't know, some interference there.
No, I'm still here. I wasn't sure if you heard me say that I'm a borderline superhero. So
there you go.
Perfect.
The bottom line is, I am not afraid. I will eat that whole jar of Oreos, quite frankly.
Let's go, Jason.
All right.
That's my guy.
Next time you're in town, we'll have to have a loose
Oreo
Oreo eat-off.
But here's the thing. I used to go to Clinky Cleaners because I wore so many dress shirts back when I was actually, like, trying to impress girls and stuff. And then I married Paula, and I just wore hoodies and shorts all the time.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know the last time I've been in a dry cleaner. So do I get free dry cleaning if I eat the whole jar? Like, what's the deal?
I don't know. I haven't been in a dry cleaner in a long time. Yeah, we'll have to find that out. Well, maybe we'll give the folks at Clinky a call. Maybe they have some sort of promotion where you eat a jar. Eat a jar. It's like give Jason Wilde a cookie, and he'll. How's that called? The give a mouse a
Feed
cookie.
it. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Give a mouse a cookie, and he'll ask for something the next time. So, Jason, thank you so much for joining us.
All right, guys, take care. Be good.
All right, that's Jason Wilde. We'll wrap up the show on the other side. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Do they still give out Oreos at dry cleaners?
What?
Huh? Is that not a thing?
That's never a thing.
No.
Hey, this is Matt's Chicago Doppelganger. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
We ask and you answer. Tune in to Jim, Matt, and Molly every weekday 4 to 6. And follow at Jim, Matt, Molly on X to vote in daily poll questions. Presented by Siding Unlimited. Trust Siding Unlimited with your next window and door project.
Outside In. That's what we call our Siding Unlimited showroom at 2018 South Stoughton Road. All the stuff defending the outside of your home against Wisconsin's weather displayed inside. Many siding options and colors, plus full display of Pella windows and patio doors, and roofing too. Wisconsin's own Siding Unlimited, 4-time National Pella Platinum Premier Contractor of the Year, and proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, awaits you inside our showroom at 2018 South Stoughton Road. SidingUnlimited.com.
It's New Year, new deals at Metro Ford of Madison. With 204 new vehicles in stock, Metro Ford is your home for the best selection and the biggest savings of 2025. Enjoy the 2024 Ford Escape with 1.9% APR for 66 months, $15.97 per thousand borrowed. Or get the future of driving with the 2024 Ford Mach-E at 0% APR financing for 72 months. But hurry, these deals end February 3rd. Visit Metro Ford in person or online at metrofordofmadison.com and drive off in the new Ford of your dreams today.
Professional volleyball is coming to Madison this January. Featuring Olympic medalists Lauren Carlini and Annie Drew Schumacher, Love Madison Volleyball is Madison's newest pro team. Get ready to watch some of the world's best volleyball players, from Olympic medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 17th at the Wisconsin Fieldhouse. Visit lovb.com for more information and tickets for Love Madison matches. Volleyball is the next major league.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on Twitter for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Monday nights this football season, huddle up for the Great Dane Huddle, driven by Janesville Kia.
And I'm not a Super Bowl party guy. I want to watch the game. So,
okay, I like that.
Because I've been to those parties. You don't watch the game. Everybody's wearing you out, and your head's on the swivel. You're doing everything but watching the game. I like to watch the game.
The Great Dane Huddle, driven by Janesville Kia. Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand. Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
They dance above me as I sing.
Wrapping up a Phish Friday. Man, I love this song. This song is a jam band classic from Phish. Bouncing around the room. This is one, like, Phish is on my bucket list. I think Phish would be viewed as a good high-end band.
High-end.
Like, they put out good
wine.
music. Yeah, they put out good music. And I guess, and again, we're going to wrap up the show on this, because what do we got, like 90 seconds here?
We got about 2 minutes.
All right, 2 minutes, even better. Primetime Orsheim, Alex G, Chrissy Birdsall, Jim
Alex G!
Chris, you can chime in on this if you want. But I think the way to define, like, good music, and good, it's kind of like good movies. Like, necessarily, sometimes the movies that win Best Picture are not, like, the most, like, entertaining or appealing movies. Like, Nosferatu, I really enjoyed that. And that movie was, I would say, a 10 out of 10 for, like, how it's filmed, how it's acted, all of it.
You know what's going to drive you crazy? The only Nosferatu that I really understand is the SpongeBob reference.
Okay, that's fine. It's a horror movie that they just basically shot for shot remade. My wife hated it. It was so boring. Like, I didn't think it was bad. She thought the acting was good. It was just boring and slow. But that was objectively a really good movie. But it depends, like, what you're consuming things for. So, like, if you just want music to kind of hit your, again, the sugar high, then like a Morgan Wallen and some of those songs are there for that. The Johnny Ray song, whatever. Like, that's what they're there for. They're not good. They're good at one specific thing that can give you one feeling. I think good music, it also gets you there not in a formulaic way. So, like, the Phish has got God knows how many instruments playing.
And
how
none
many
of them.
melodies going on at one time, how many different layers. Like, we were just listening to the song Under the Boardwalk because you sang when you're younger. There's multiple singers singing at different levels and different. So, like,
it's just a quartet. But
it's still more advanced than what Morgan Wallen or any of the pop people are putting out. And that's my point, is that there's good, and it doesn't mean you're not, like, I'm not questioning your tastes. I'm more questioning, like, just own it. Like, you can say I like Morgan Wallen. It's not masterpiece theater.
Like
it's just
Morgan Wallen.
I'm not saying you.
Yes.
I'm just saying in general. So, like, for me, there's plenty of things I say I like it. Like,
My
Taylor
mom
Swift
sits
is like,
down.
I like Taylor Swift. I'm not putting her on the level like Tyler Childers. I do think she's better than like a Morgan Wallen.
Oh, yeah.
I think for a pop singer, Taylor Swift's elite. I think Beyonce is amazing like that too.
It's just like my mom every day or every year. Okay, well, we're out of time. He's just 30 seconds, 10 seconds. Sign
Where'd
off,
you learn
Jim.
to count? This has been Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
At a Phish concert.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you